Good evening and welcome back to the shed. As you can maybe hear in the background, I've got a fire lit. It's January now, so it's getting a little bit colder. Yesterday I came in here to do fix my bike and do some Beetle stuff, and that went completely to pot. I had an oil leak on the bike, which is got spots of oil on the floor, but I managed to get that done. Congratulations if you managed to get through, or if you managed to get through the video, maybe before this one, but maybe after it. They might be a little bit out of order. Well done for that if you did that. But yeah, so tonight's job is to crack on with, you can sort of just see it, you can't really see it on camera, is the bottom plate of the frame head. I don't think I'll get it done in one evening, but I've got a mate coming over, we're going to have a crack at that. We're going to get at it with the grinders and the spot weld drill, and see if we can get that sort of knocked off. That's the next sort of big job. So without further ado, I will put on my personal protective equipment and crack on. Fingers crossed I will leave here tonight tinnitus free without bits of angle grinder in my face. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay, so there should be some spot welds on this. Might as well start with the bit I've already sort of done, I suppose, and crack on with that. That edge there. Very much of this you can actually pick up, but this is obviously the plate that we've got, so it sort of fits on there. I imagine it's going to need some trimming, but it looks like that's all this, and there's a definite sort of seam at the back. So, is that a base plate? Yeah. No. I'll get my goggles on and get grinding. I may even put gloves on as a rare old treat. Choppy, choppy, chop, chop. So, let's take those off. What I've sort of done, excuse the classic FM in the background, is moved as much of the bulk of it as I can. I think it's probably time to sort of, I can just about see where the original spot welds are. You can't really see them on the camera from there, but they are there. I think what we're going to try and do is put a hammer behind and chisel out. Unfortunately it's been patched so many times, it's tricky trying to figure out where sort of everything is, but let's crack on. I said as soon as you just lock the door on, you can go out until you're done. Keep passing your cheese under the door.
So this part, since you know what the curve is, get a decent drill bit and go at it that way. Clean it all off with a wire wheel so you don't blend the spot welds in.
I don't think this one's going to be as difficult.
That rot.
Yeah. Let's get living. You look at it, you think it's solid. So this is the result of about an hour or so. It's James, by the way.
Hi.
Looks like a gnome with his glasses on. Giant gnome. This is about the result of like an hour's worth of hammering and grinding and shouting and screaming. I'm pretty sure we've worn this spot weld drill out. but we're going to persevere for probably another half an hour. The garage is full of smoke and absolutely red hot, but we'll crack on and see if we can get the rest of it. Luckily, underneath the panel, apart from a couple of little tiny little pieces, it seems pretty solid. The bit that's thingy there, that all seems pretty solid, and there's the spot welds. Yeah, some of them. I'm going to cut that way, I think, now. Just make sure I don't cut that bit.
Yeah.
I need a new blade. Ooh. So, the garage door's open, the fire's gone out. This is an empty cup, so yeah, I think it's time to go and have some tea. We've got a load done tonight, and what I thought was going to be a real pain, and started off to be a real sort of pain in the ass job, quickly got easier. The spot welds, the original factory spot welds on this thing are absolutely rock hard. And we thought we'd blunted the spot weld drill at one point. What we have discovered is some rust, which is inevitable. Only a couple of little bits. Unfortunately, the camera won't pick it up. But what we're actually looking at, if you bear with me 2 seconds, what I'll do, I'll shoot round the other side, and I'll sort of show you. Bear with me 2 seconds. So, this is obviously original sort of Volkswagen. It's really thick and solid. There's a little hole there, which is a little piece missing. I may cut that and put a piece in, but nothing sort of, there's nothing welds to this, so it's sort of, it ain't too bad as long as there's no rust that's going to spread. And the same again, a little tiny crack, which you think I may have caused there. And you can see obviously the welding that I was on about the other day. It's really thick and really nasty, and I've still got to remove this plate, because if I swing round the back, you can just about make out, well, maybe you can't, but I can. You can just about make out the edge where my fingertip is, which is the where the Napoleon's hat ends and where the framehead base plate begins. Again, there's a tiny little hole there, which is going to need to be filled. So I may just cut the edge of this out and just replace the whole piece there, so that's not too much trouble. It'll mean I won't have to try and sort of grind this horrible massive weld back as well, but that's not too bad. But then you get down to this, where, as I said earlier on, what you're looking at here is it's actually it's car body filler. What they've done is you can make out they sort of spotted it every so often, tiny, really poorly spotted welds, and I don't think these are the same people that did this one. I don't think did this, because although this was you know, heavy and nasty and really ugly welding, at least it's welding. What you've got here is a series of spot welds, but they'd cut out the metal underneath, so there. But this is really thin as well, so this will obviously have to be finished off and cut back, and this piece at the bottom here is where they'd it's all rubberized and where they welded it to the body. And they've got this. I've got to address this. It's not too bad. It's a few mil. I mean, to be honest, I could probably sort of leave it if I really wanted to, just cut it back and let it, you know, treat it and stop it rusting. But I think what I'll probably do is cut a sort of a square in there, cut a square out, piece of folded steel, cut it and do the same here, and then weld the two together. And obviously this is the bit that I'm sort of dreading removing, because this is obviously some original. You can see in the video where where the old steel that they put in was, because it comes out so easy. It's so thin, and the grinder goes through it like a knife through hot, cold butter. So yeah, but I've got a few spot welds. You can just make them out there to remove, and then hopefully a good clean up, a little bit of touching, and the faceplate can go back on, or the base plate rather. I just need to sort of treat all in here and make sure no rust is going to spread. So there you go. Like I said, my cup's empty. You've seen the work I've done and what I've got to do. I did say that tonight might not be a whole video, but it probably will, because we've got quite a little bit done, more than I was expecting. I am slowly filling up with man flu, so I'll be dead by morning, sadly. I'll be fine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Again, subscribe. Apologies for the last video, which was me mucking around with this. If it's there, it may not ever get onto the internet. We don't know. I don't know yet. But that might not be the next video. That might be the last video. I haven't done that one yet, and I haven't done this one yet. Now I haven't. So there you go. But thank you very much. Subscribe. Keep watching. Enjoy yourselves, and have a good evening. Oh, and Baby Sheep, I'm sorry I didn't wear my ear muffs. I did a little bit, but I couldn't hear the music, you know. So apologies, and good night. Much sweary words. Right on the knuckle. Right on the knuckle. Oh, thank goodness I've got the Bee Gees in the background. Oh, nobody can be happy with the Bee Gees. Oh, think of the 70s beards. Oh, don't say. I definitely don't say that. Oh, that's better. Oh, thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Keep up your soothing voice.